Hello, and thank you for doing this interview at such short notice. Just to let you know, this interview will be for close group, so we will not be making this interview public. But if you want to release it for your social media, that's perfectly fine.
Oh, that'd be good. Thank you.
Right then. So Shoaib, let us start by talking about your personal journey. You were born in Pakistan and raised in Saudi Arabia. What brought you to the UK for your education?
Oh, that's a good question. So, yes, I was born in Pakistan, and then I was, I think, 2 weeks old when my mom went back to Saudi Arabia, and uh, and the reason why I chose UK is because when I was young, I used to go to London a lot, like with my parents for holidays. I will go there, we'll go to London every summer, every couple of years. We go there for a week or two, and all I've seen and all I've noticed while being in London is a lot of kindness from the white British people. So for me, growing up in Saudi Arabia, when people talk about the British culture or the British people, for me, I always see as white people. For me, because I used to have cousins, they will come from the UK and they'll say, "Oh, we are British," and we should laugh at them. You say, "Oh, you're not British, you're a Pakistani. Why would you call yourself British?" So this is the mindset that I've got growing up, and I still got the same mindset. So if somebody talked to me about the UK or somebody talked to me about the British, for me they are the white people. So yeah, the reason why I chose to come to the UK for my education is, as I said, I've seen a lot of kindness. There was a lot of good things about the UK when I used to come on my holidays, which again it was just 1 to 2 weeks. It was just like for 1 to 2 weeks. But I've seen so much kindness in that time. When I completed my GCSEs and my A levels, I spoke to my dad, and my dad basically gave me an option. He said, "Look, you can choose from anywhere you want to go. Just decide what you need to do, and then choose where you would like to go." So, being a Pakistani in Saudi Arabia, you cannot continue your education, especially if you want to have English medium university. Obviously, now there is. Back in 2008 and 2010, we didn't have that. So I was looking anywhere between America, Canada, Australia, Europe, Germany, Spain, and then I was also looking into the UK, London. Even though it was the most expensive place to be, London was after Australia, obviously. I did decide to come to the UK, and as I said, it was only the kindness and the good things that I've seen, and I used to hear a lot of good things from my grandparents because they've got my grandparents got their brothers there, they've got their family relatives there. So yeah, that I think that would be the main reason why I chose was, as I said, the kindness from the white people, not the British from the minorities and all that. So yeah, when I say British, please notice this. When I say British, I mean the white people. For me, they are British. Obviously, a lot of people will not agree with me, which is fine. Again, everybody have their opinions, but for me, this is how I was raised, and that's the mindset I've got. So yeah.
Good, that sounds good. Between 2008 and 2017, you completed both BScs and MBA here.
Yeah.
How did that experience shape your view of British society?
Okay. So this is a tough one. So in 2008, when I came here to do my bachelor's, so I went to Brunel University in Uxbridge. When I came here to do my bachelor's, there was a time because I came from Saudi Arabia, and in Saudi Arabia, my mom is a housewife. She used to do everything. While my dad used to work, my mom used to do almost everything. Cooking, cleaning, even she used to cut my nails as well. So yeah, so when I came here in 2008, I found it really really hard to do anything. So I started my university in 2008 September. By the time it was January 2009, I got really, really depressed. Well, I wouldn't say depressed, but I just was too lazy, to be honest. I was too lazy to do anything on my own. And I just thought, oh, you know what? I can't do this. And I decided to go back to Saudi Arabia. And I went back to Saudi Arabia in 2009. And I told my dad I don't want to continue with my education. But while I was in Saudi Arabia, there was things that I didn't know and I was missing them. That was a lot of the things that I could have done in London that I used to. And then I decided in 2010, okay, you know what, I'm going to give this another go, and I'm going to come back to 2010.
Okay, when you went back and you were saying about the things that you were missing about in the UK, what were those things that you were actually missing?
A lot of things, that just the freedom to do anything I want to do, and there were a lot of things. Like obviously, as I said, I did not understand it at that time. Obviously, I will tell you maybe later on in the interview what these things were. But But right now, it was like I was missing something. It was something that I was missing. And even though I lived in Saudi Arabia my whole life, grew up in Saudi Arabia, and all of a sudden, just spending 6 months in the UK, I just went like, oh my god, there is something that I'm missing. So again, in 2010, September, October time, I came back to the UK, Brunel University, started my bachelor's again. And when I was doing that, there were so many things about the British society that I used to hear, that I used to see in the movies. My friends used to tell me, and one of them was the kindness from the British people. And the whole time that I was here, and when I was in my education, that kindness was amazing. There was a lot of kindness, but then there was a lot of things that I was seeing that was changing very rapidly, but I couldn't notice it because I was only new in the UK. So yeah, the British society, the British people, the British culture. When I say the British culture, they were very accepting of me. A brown guy like me, a Pakistani immigrant like me, they welcomed me as if I was one of their own. I was one of their white. So obviously you're white, so I would say thank you for that. I would say thank you to you too as well. But yeah, it's so that was one of the things about the British. What did you mean when you said my view of British society? What was the question? I mean,
Shape your views of British society.
my views.
How did that experience shape your view
Oh,
of
very
British?
positively. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So when I completed my masters and my bachelors, I had nothing but good things. Like I said, the white people have been really extremely kind. And if anything, I know people are going to hate this when I say this. I have never ever in my life experienced racism from the white people. So yeah, it was very good. And after I completed my MBA, which was in 2017, my master's degree, I went back to Saudi Arabia to work. So yeah.
Oh, did
Yeah.
you really? Yeah.
Yeah, I left the country and I went back.
Okay, what kind of work were you doing out in?
Oh well, I was just doing, working for big firms. I'm not going to tell you my firm because I know a lot of people watching that they're going to hate what I said. They're going to go back to Saudi Arabia and they're going to.
Right, a little birdie. I don't know if I'm right or please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
That you recently registered June as White History Month. And can you read out that T-shirt again?
It says White History Month.
Yeah.
In the front, and then there is, I don't know if you can see.
Celebrating white excellence.
White excellence. That is correct. Yeah. And that is the certificate that shows that I have registered June as White History Month. Obviously, there is. I was told that I don't need a certificate because this is just a month, and the moment you have more people behind this, well, it's not a movement, but it is something that I'm celebrating. So if it's a White History Month, so the more people are celebrating this, the more it gets recognized and get registered. It's just like any other month. So.
No, that sounds good. And also, what was the driving force behind this decision?
A lot of things. A lot of my family members are white. A lot of my very, very good and close friends are white. And I honestly, like I said, I've got my education from this country. If anything, the white people have been nothing but kind to me. They've shown me a lot of love. They've welcomed me in every way possible. Yes, they have done that. Yeah. So I think the whole point for this was just to show my appreciation, just to say thank you to the white people, because the white people don't get thanked enough. If anything, they get they get told that they are racist. They get told all the negativity that you see, but people forget the fact that there are. For me, like I said, look, I'm an immigrant. I'm brown. I'm Pakistani. I've been living in the UK for the last almost 10 years. I never have had any issues with the white people. No, none of the white people have ever been racist to me. So if anybody come to me and tell me that the white people have been racist, I will tell them that they are lying. Simple as that. So yeah, it was, like I said, it's just appreciation, just saying thank you to the people that have been kind to me, who have been who have welcomed me to the UK. So yeah, that was the biggest driving force.
Oh, sorry, and there's some Welsh cakes here, so please help yourself to one of them.
Yeah.
These are some of the traditional. Yeah, but normally it's with raisins, but today we have some jam.
Thank God, because I don't like raisins.
But no, Welsh cakes is a traditional.
Oh, they're very nice.
Yeah, and we would call it pick a man.
Okay.
In Welsh, pick a man.
You got pig in it.
No pig. It's no pig at all. But no, like you said, normally it would be the raisin. And also we do bara brith as well. It's close to your fruitcake. Just put it out there.
I think fruitcake again. I'll have to fruitcake. I know. I think I'll have to respectfully decline. I don't like fruitcake.
Right. Okay. So why June? Why June? Was there a symbolic or personal reason for picking that month?
Yeah, there is. There is. Obviously, I could have chosen any month, but for me, there is a very very close to my heart, a very personal reason. I'll tell you that in a minute. But the other reason is, like you can see, look, it's sunny, it's nice, it just feel positive, it just feel white. For me, anything positive is white. So anytime anything good happens, I say, oh, it's a white thing happening, because for me white is good. So for me, it's summertime, everybody's happy, everybody, so it's whiteness all around, happiness all around. So
Oh, we're lucky,
yeah,
because
yeah.
normally in Wales we would be having rain even this time of the
Well,
year.
there we
So
go.
you're
Well,
lucky.
well,
We brought the sun for you
when
today.
you brought the sun for me, guess what? I brought the white history month for you guys.
Oh, well
And
done.
that's how, yeah, there we go. Thank you. So yeah, that, and I think the personal thing is this white history month, as well as me choosing June, is one white history month is because my wife is white, she's Welsh. And
Really?
yes, and then also, well, you're in my home, you've met her just now, but okay.
She seems so nice.
She's very nice. And then the second thing is, she is well, her birthday, she was born in June, so there we go.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, we got this special plan for a birthday in
Well,
June.
I'm not going to go into that right now. Let's talk. I think I'll stick to the White History Month. But yeah, the most closest thing to my heart, the reason why I celebrate White History Month is not only I'm celebrating White History Month, I'm also celebrating my wife's birthday, and she's white, like I said. So yeah, I'm when I say I'm saying thank you to the white people, my wife is practically on the top. So I start by saying thanks to her, and then I just go down. Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
That is so sweet.
All right, so if you want to move on.
Yeah, I can move on. I think I was just in
No, that's okay.
Right, yeah. Forget that for a minute. Right. When you speak out and say that white people are not racist, what message are you trying to get across?
It's a message of honesty. It's a message of my personal experience. It is a message of experience of my grandfather, my great uncle, basically. So my grandfather's brother, who lived and died in the UK, and he only passed away a couple of years ago. And his no, it's fine. And his wife, like I said, she's white as well. So I have seen the kindness of the white people. And for me, as I said, my message is of honesty. I know people don't like it. I don't know if you've seen the video last week on Saturday, when there was a great national British strike. When I went to there, I was wearing this shirt and I was stopped by the police. I stopped by the police. The police was a white man, and he stopped me, and he said to me that, oh, you're antagonizing people. But I don't know when and how they can criminalize wearing a white history month t-shirt in the UK, which for me is and always will be a white country, a Christian white country. So I don't know how that was. So so my message is of honesty.
And I think sometimes that's hard to swallow for some people, because honesty is not there no more.
That's true. It's not, yeah. And like I said, I don't mind. People call me all sort of thing. Being brown, if you think me doing this is easy, it's not. It's not easy at all. Because not only that, it's my own community that look at me and be like, "Oh, look at him. He's a bootlicker." They say, "Oh, he's a bootlicker." And a lot of people have said, "Oh, he want to please the white people, the white masters," and it doesn't bother me at all.
Well, just as long as you're pleasing your white wife, I think that's all that.
Yeah, that should be fine.
So then, the challenges you faced. You said you lost your job because of your political views. How has that affected your personal and professionally?
I think personally, I was disappointed, and like I said, it's I never thought I never thought UK to be a place where you will be penalized for saying something. Like, you would be put down for having a view, right or wrong. It's an opinion. Just for having an opinion, I lost my job. I lost my job at the Swansea Council because I have an opinion, and that was opinion about a guy called Tommy Robinson. And the problem was that I said that Tommy Robinson is not racist. I have met the guy. Obviously, it was very briefly, and the backlash that I faced after meeting Tommy Robinson was people just kept telling me that, oh, you know what, he's going to deport you. You're going to go, but he was in jail. Now he's come out of jail, so maybe next time when I see him, he might put me in a plane and deport me, because that's what these Muslim community and the Asians and the minorities are hoping that he'll do. But as I said, I'm more than happy to see the guy when I will, in due course, wherever I do see him, I'm going to speak to him. But as far as I know, I don't think he's a racist at all. And this is the thing that got me in trouble the most. Calling Tommy Robinson, Anything else was fine. But the moment I said Tommy Robinson is not a racist, and everybody that goes to those, the marches and the what do you call it, the protests that they have, and I went to them, and I've met a lot of white people. None of them were racist. None of them got a problem with me. So when I said that, I basically just observed and reported that. They sent a prevent to my house. But like I said, that's that's something for another video, hopefully for another chat. But yeah, there are a lot of challenges, a lot of challenges. But I'm more than happy to take them on. So personally, it has affected me in a way that it's disappointing, heartbroken, to say the least. Yeah.
Well, with you saying professionally that and personally that you've lost your job, what are you doing now financially?
Financially, I think that's another thing a lot of people don't know. Being a legal immigrant in the country, I don't get any benefits. So I think that's one thing a lot of people don't know that. But I have been working since 2018. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Well, 24 I was at up until October when I lost my job. So 7 years I worked here. I pay my national insurance, and I always used to have very, very good jobs. And with that, what it was that my wife, she wasn't able to claim any benefits because she was with me. We were married, and they told her you can't claim any benefit because he's earning a lot of money. And then when I did lost my job in October, my wife did not get any benefits up until February, March, only because I have paid so much into the system that they couldn't give her because she was with me, and they said to her, yeah, you can't get any benefits, so make work with whatever money you've got. Which again, I think it's not okay for me. Like I said, I don't mind not getting benefits, but my wife, when we didn't have a job, she should have been getting benefit. She gets them, yeah. So, but it's just I think that was it. But other than that, professionally, I'm not doing anything because in Swansea right now, I'm not. Anytime I've applied for a job up until today, I've got a lot of emails which I will make public in due course from the council telling me that you're applying for jobs, but because of your political views, we're not even going to consider your applications. Again, this is a lawfare against me, but this is fine. Like I said, I want to keep it all white, keep it all happy today. So yeah, and I want to wear this as well, if you don't mind.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
This is just me saying, look, I've done White History Month, and this is for the haters, basically. The haters looking there, watching me, calling me, oh, he's an immigrant, he's a fresh, he's a Paki, and all of this. For them people, look, I've done White History Month. I'm the one doing the interview here. Where are you guys? What's happening?
But no, I'm glad to hear that you and your family are doing
Oh, yeah.
okay.
We're doing very good.
Good. Right then. So after all that, I'm just thinking. I'm just coming to the end of the interview. There's a few more things I'd like to ask.
Yeah.
One of them will be your future plans, and are there any white historical or modern day figures you plan to highlight in your upcoming YouTube content?
Yeah, there are quite a few people that I would like to highlight. Obviously, there are a good friend of mine, the Voice of Wales team. I got Dan, Steph, Stan, and then I've got Paul Thorpe, Richard Inman. I've got a few other people that I would like to say thank you to. Obviously, my wife will be one of them, but that will have to wait up until her birthday, which which will be hopefully in the first week of June. So
you say you already say thank you once again.
Yeah, no, but yeah, so yeah, I will, but for all of these people that I've mentioned, I will be doing a separate video for them because we've got 30 days of June.
Yeah.
That means I will try my best to do a video every other day, at least 3 videos a week if I could. But yeah, yes, there'll be a lot of content coming out talking about White History Month in relation to the people that I'm thanking. Obviously, and all of them are white. So.
Oh, that's cool. Right, and if someone wants to support the message or celebrate the White History Month, like I do, are there any shirts available to buy? And where can I or people can get them?
Okay, so this shirt is a one of one. Obviously, this was my idea, so I got them made somewhere closer to my house, and it is one of one. But there are more shirts as we speak. There are a lot of shirts coming in. So I basically had when I did this initially, when I did this first video a couple of weeks ago, I had a lot of people get in touch with me, and they said to me, "Oh, can you just get us some of these shirts?" So I did order. I think it was 80 shirts, 80 something shirt. So when I got them, out of them 80 shirts, I have already sold. I think it's 30, 31. So I'm basically I've got 49 shirts that I've got with me, but they're not this design.
Okay.
So that design I'll be releasing soon. But yeah, there is a way of getting these shirts. It is through any of my social media. You know, people get in touch with me, send me a DM, or I don't know, under my YouTube videos they can comment, so I can get in touch with them if there's a way. Otherwise, my email I think is there. If not, then social media is the best way.
Yeah.
And I would say this because obviously you said you're interested, and you're here doing the interview. So for you, this shirt, the new design that I've got, again I'll show it to the people later on. But that design is for white people is £12. But if it's a guy like me, if it's an ethnic minority trying to celebrate White History Month, it will be £20. And I'll tell you why.
So that's what some people will say that racist right now.
No, well, you can say that, it's fine. But the reason why I'm saying this is because for too long I've heard about white privilege. For too long I've heard about all these white good things. I've never seen it. So what I'm going to do, because it's White History Month, I am going to bring the white privilege back. And for me, this is white privilege. So if you are white, you'll get this shirt for £12. But if you're not white, you're going to get this for £20. And if you try and haggle, say, oh, less than £20, I'm going to sell it for £25. So, but if you're white, yeah, I'll
lucky for me, I'm white then.
Well, you're going to get it for £12.
Yeah. Can I get an extra discount on it for being here today?
Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can. No, it's fine. You can. Like I said, you're white. You can haggle all you want, and I'll say yes to it. It's absolutely fine. It is your month, so I'll actually give you one for free.
Thank you.
I'll give you one for free. And like I said, the only thing you can't do right now, because I have not released the final design to everybody else.
Yeah.
So you can't just put it on the picture to see, but you can have it today.
Oh, well, thank you.
No problem.
Right, and finally, would you like to give a shout out to anyone who stood by you or inspired this journey?
Oh yeah, there are a lot of people. Obviously, I'll start off by the Voice of Wales. Like I said, I think those were the people, Dan, Stan and Steph. These three were the main people who were there for me in the beginning, because I think the beginning part is the most hardest part, because that is when you get things coming to you that you don't even know, because I was very new to all this, and I just started speaking out, and the backlash that I got in from my own community, then losing my job and everything. So I think I needed that support. Obviously my wife was there for me as well, but as a support outside of your household, and who can you speak with are these people. I know Stan has been busy in his own thing, but mostly Dan and Steph, they both have been there for me, obviously for my wife as well.
No, that's good.
They've been really good, and I had obviously there are people like Paul Thorpe, Richard Inman, and one guy that I would say thanks to is Tommy Robinson. And the reason why I'm saying thanks to him is because nothing else but the fact that he's the reason why I got into this, because there were so many ethnic minorities, people, my own community telling me, oh, there's a guy named Tommy Robinson, he's a racist. And I decided to look him up. And before I finish this, I just wanted to say that Tommy Robinson actually did, and I saw that interview while he was in prison, and he defended some Pakistani guy who was falsely accused of rape, and he actually helped them out, him and his family. So if he was that much of a racist, why would he even bother about a Pakistani person? Yeah, so I think that's all the shout out for this video. Obviously, I'll be doing my own shout out from yeah. Well, it will be, yeah. And like I said, unless Tommy's getting ready to deport me, I don't think I've got any problem. So yeah.
Oh, you know what you could do with that?
No.
Tear the passport.
No. And get back in using a dinghy. Yeah, I think a lot of people have said to me that why don't you just get on a dinghy and come back from Calais to Dover and just claim asylum? As much as I would love to, as much as easy I know it is to do that, I think I wouldn't do that because it goes against my moral values. Yeah. And like I said, I've got a beautiful family. I've got a lot of support from my family, so I don't think I need to worry about this. There is an extension coming on my visa in August, so if you don't see me doing any White History Month next year, so know that I've been deported and I'm not in the UK.
And hopefully not. We won't go. We won't talk about that. We'll stay hopeful and we'll just
Yeah. So. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming.
No, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And so White History Month, ladies and gentlemen, June 1st to June 30th.
Oh, and maybe you could do some. Sorry to interrupt you. No, maybe you could do a Welsh History Month too.
Of course I will. Yeah, I will, because I live in Wales.
But then we're going to have the Scots and the Irish here. Where's our month? So I think we'll have to do
everybody should have
the full.
There are 12 months. If you can give months to absolute nonsense garbage things, I'm sure you can you can take out a couple of more months for the Irish, to the Scottish, to the English, and to the Welsh as well. Why not? We will do it. And like I said, this is June.
Yeah.
And for me, if it was up to me, I would say you should celebrate White History Month throughout the year. But we have to start somewhere. So for me, I'm a guy who like to lead by example. So this is my example. This is me setting up an example where I'm telling you that June is White History Month, but there is nothing stopping you or anybody else to say no. July is White History Month as well, and then carry on throughout. It's there for anybody to pick it up and take it. No problem
so
at all.
true.
Yeah. But so thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to do an interview with you. So thank you very
You're
much.
welcome, and again, thank you. And so you can.
I will upload this
Yes.
on my own YouTube channel. Yeah, that's fine. And there we go. That's the bug. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.